The Taj Mahal, often celebrated as the most famous of the world's wonders. It's a monument of such majestic beauty that it captivates from every angle. It's almost a bucket list essential to visit this marvel at least once in your lifetime. But what should you know before you go? Well, I've got you. Hi, if we don't know each other yet, I'm Rita, and at the moment I'm traveling through the beautiful country of India, exploring sites, cities and sharing all my impressions and best recommendations here with you.
Good morning from Agra. Today is the day that we are gonna see the Taj Mahal, one of the 7 new world wonders. And it's insane. I'm so excited to see it.
But first things first, it's breakfast time and we are having some masala dosa and chai. That's the perfect combination for the day ahead. And then it's time to head out. For that, we ordered an Uber and got to see a little bit of Agra on the way to the western entrance of the Taj. Transportation is very affordable, so even if your hotel is not in walking distance from the Taj, you will get there with no problem. However, arriving to the Taj Mahal seemed not as easy as we thought.
Our way to the Taj Mahal has been quite interesting so far. So we took an Uber, which we thought is going to take us from the hotel to the Taj Mahal. However, cars are only allowed up to a certain point. So from that point on, we have to take a bicycle rickshaw. And that bicycle rickshaw also only comes to a certain point from which on you can walk. So there are 3 modes of getting to the Taj Mahal.
Swapping between types of transportation was okay, but what was more difficult was the unclarity of how far we will get with on each type. Is it the last vehicle we will need, or what else should we be expecting on the way there? Because there are multiple entry points for the monument, I would highly recommend you to chat to your accommodation before heading out, so that you know what to roughly expect depending on where you are. In terms of tickets, we booked ours online, but you can also buy them on site. You also have to collect a shoe cover for your optional visit to the Mausoleum later on, which is in the same place as where you can buy tickets. Tickets are also a tiny bit cheaper online, and I felt that it gave me some peace of mind that I have a ticket and I know it's not suddenly gonna sell out. While we were standing in queue for shoe covers, we were actually surrounded by monkeys everywhere. Although we saw monkeys already in Delhi at the Chandi Chowk market, I was still so surprised to see these animals in masses here in front of the Taj. Also, around the ticket booths, you will probably be approached by lots of guides that offer you their knowledge of the Taj in return for a negotiable fee. You don't need a guide, but it helps if you're interested in detailed knowledge. Now that we have everything figured out, we are almost good to go. Almost, because we have to pass a security checkpoint.
You are not allowed to bring in any items that you wouldn't be allowed to bring in on an airplane, basically. And in addition, you're not allowed to bring in food items. It's better if you don't bring a big backpack, because then you don't have to put it into the cloak room. You can just have a little, basically, small bag, totally fine. And the security process itself was quite fast. You go through a metal detector, your bag gets checked, and that's it, you're in. There are so many monkeys here, and actually they're quite lucky because you're not allowed to take in any food items. So if you have something, the monkey's gonna get it and have a little snack.
At this point, we are so close to seeing the Taj Mahal, but first we walk through a section that has historical images of the Taj and information about it. Seeing them here has really helped to put things into perspective of its change throughout its existence. As we get closer to the Taj, my excitement is overwhelmingly high. I can't believe that I'm about to see a world wonder. There is something very magically powerful yet grounding about that thought.
I can already see the tips of it, so I'm so excited to see how it looks like. But this already, look at it, such a beauty.
Since we hired a guide, he introduced us slowly to the architectural and design details of the elements surrounding the Taj. And just like that, we walked through the entrance arch and saw a first glimpse of the majestic beauty. And oh wow, the awe just hits you immediately.
It's our first glimpse of the Taj Mahal. It looks so beautiful. Like, look at it. We went through this arch and we saw a little bit of it. And then once you enter through the arch, it's like, wow, it's like so pretty. And I'm excited to go closer to it and to see it a bit closer.
But I guess you could call it an Instagram versus reality moment if you have seen those. The amount of people around you is huge and you kind of try to navigate across them while being mesmerized by the Taj Mahal. It is overwhelming in all senses.
And we actually did the mistake of coming on a Sunday, which means there are tourists plus locals. It's packed like hell.
Now, one thing that you will also quickly encounter is a lot of photographers approaching you with their offer for professional photos, which you might want to do, but we did not. Our guide turned out to know the good spots himself and convinced me to do this thing with my hands. I'm not sure whether that's a common pose, but oh well, I did it. Did you know that the Taj is not just a beautiful old monument, it's actually like the ultimate love letter in marble? The Taj Mahal was built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in 1632 in memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal, who died during childbirth of their 14th child. So he decided to build her a mausoleum in form of this architectural marvel. This massive project involved thousands of craftsmen and was completed over about 16 years. It combines elements of Islamic, Persian and Indian architecture and is celebrated for its stunning white marble, symmetrical design and intricate details. Being here is like standing in front of a monument to true love. So true that it is hard to imagine that we have the Taj Mahal because of it.
We have learned today from our guide that the world wonder fact about the Taj Mahal is how symmetrical it is. Everything here has been built with an intention and the architect has been insanely smart. From the fountain that goes through the middle, to the mausoleum, to the Taj Mahal outside layers, everything is insanely and perfectly symmetrical. And the beauty of it as well is how artistically skilled the people were that have built it for years and years and years with hundreds of thousands of employees. So that is the magic around it. Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you? Nice. What's your name?
Tanvira.
I'm Rita. Nice to meet you.
So you like India?
Yes.
Mr. Sandeep, you like India? You
like India?
Yes. Yes. Is it your first time at the Taj Mahal?
Yeah.
How do you like it?
Yeah.
Do you like it? Nice.
Okay, bye, Dodo.
Bye. Enjoy.
Wow, this is so cute. I love when little kids come and speak with me and practice their English. I love it. Not that I'm the best English speaker, but still super.
Okay, it's time to take some more pictures and
I think we found quite a perfect picture spot, which is not that popular. There is not so much of a queue right here. And it's right here. You have the garden, Taj Mahal, and it is right here in the middle of the gates, quite in the middle position.
it's time to continue on exploring the Taj from a closer distance. And while the love story behind its creation is impressive, the level of artistic details is even more impressive. If you're curious about that, you will benefit a lot from hiring a local guide.
This is stone cut by the chisel by hammer, because that time, sir, no machine, no computer, all done by hand. Who built this Taj Mahal? 20,000 workers. Today also same descendant. They are same descendant people.
One piece of information that we learned from our guide is that these towers that are equal on both sides are actually not straight, but in a 2-degree angle. That is made on purpose, so that if there is an earthquake, the Taj Mahal will not be ruined or damaged by any means. And if you look around the corners of this entry, you can see that there is the Quran apparently cited. So you could technically look at it and read through it for your prayer. And then these flowers here on top, they are not painted, but they are actual stones combined with each other. The closer you walk to the Taj Mahal, you see how massive it is actually. If you take a picture from a little bit afar, it looks smaller. But really, when you're next to it, the marble, the stones, they are huge. And you will stand next to it, you will feel like how majestic this piece is actually.
While I could go on telling you all I've learned about this beauty, you will need to trust me on the idea that it is really mind-blowing how the emperor went above and beyond here. The exploration continues on the elevated platform that surrounds the Taj. One thing to note here is that if you want to be on that, so basically where I am on right now and where the entry to the mausoleum is, you would need a ticket to the mausoleum, regardless of whether you want to enter it or not.
So, We are about to enter the mausoleum, and at this point you have to put your shoe covers, which you have been given at the beginning with your ticket, and you have one-time entry only. Then you would need to buy another ticket, which you can buy right here next to the mausoleum entry to enter it again.
And while visiting the grave of the woman that the Taj Mahal was built for is definitely a sentimental and grounding thing to do, filming inside was not allowed. I can tell you though that the interior of the Taj is not the reason this monument became so famously known. If you want to enter, you can do that, but if not, you're not missing out on too much. Let's move on to explore what there is to know about the surrounding area of the Taj Mahal.
These buildings that surround the Taj Mahal from the left and right are identical in design. One of them from the left side is a mosque, and this one was actually a residency for people. At the moment it's closed, but from the outside it does look quite similar to a mosque as well, and that is again for the same reason of having this symmetrical architecture all around the building here. As you will walk around the Taj Mahal complex or area here, you will notice that there are so many good picture spots with way less people than at the very beginning. So take your first impressions at the start, but definitely keep those good picture spots for a bit later.
And a good picture spot is right here, in the former guest house, where the reds blend perfectly with the white marble. Because the almost identical building on the other side is an active mosque, it's not allowed to use the building for photo shoots for clear reasons. Which is why you should aim to get to this red guest house building as soon as possible, before lots and lots of people will be there with you as well. If you're finding this video helpful so far, please don't forget to hit that like button so that others can find it as well.
A really cool photo idea is right here when you are in the arch with the view of the Taj Mahal. People leave a little bit of water right here and it gives you a reflection. So you hold your phone onto the water like this one and you get a really nice video or picture. I'm gonna blend something in right now. I actually can't believe that we are here and we see the Taj Mahal right in front of our eyes, and just seeing and being in front of a world wonder, it's so impressive. I thought that it might be like a tourist trap and a little bit overhyped, but honestly when we came here and just from the first moment on, we are here now a couple of hours already and it's still mind-blowing to look at it. It's a really impressive piece of architecture, and really you have to come and see this for yourself.
We haven't talked about an important point just yet, and that is what time is the best time to visit this monument?
The answer is it kind of depends on what season you are at here. If you come in summer, it is recommended to come for sunrise. On the one hand, you will have way less people here, and also the sunrise will give you beautiful pink colors on the Taj Mahal. But if you come in winter like we did, it is January at the moment, there's fog in the morning. Actually until 12 p.m. we couldn't see beyond our hotel window and there was no point coming here for sunrise. And so we came around 12 and that was actually a really good time. Queues were still little and it was a manageable amount of people. But now for sunset it is packed with people. So try to come as early as possible when there is no fog in winter, or if you come in summer, sunrise or as early as possible is quite good. And actually another point to note, the Taj Mahal only opens half an hour before sunrise. So in winter the sunrise is later, hence if you would come at 5:30 or 5, it wouldn't necessarily be open. So do check on the sunrise timing. At this point we actually struggle to leave because we are close to sunset now. And we have overstayed our ticket allowance of 3 hours, but that's okay. We are accepting to pay a fine, but unfortunately we are just here now and we couldn't stop looking at it. Almost missed and skipped was the Taj Museum that is here on the complex as well, and has the architectural layouts from the building of the Taj Mahal and how it used to look like and how the architect thought it through, as well as the stones and materials used. No photography is allowed inside, but it's definitely worth a visit. It's quite a small museum, so it's not gonna take you more than 10-15 minutes.
And just like that, it was almost time to leave this magical place.
As we walk out, we still take a billion pictures. Probably we will need a new hard drive at this point.
On our way back, we actually saw that there was a shuttle bus available to bring you back to the main drop-off point, from where you can then take an Uber or tuk-tuk to your hotel, which is super convenient but not really advertised.
And they are free for tourists, so don't be tricked. They're gonna ask you to pay for it, but it is included in your tickets.
While our day comes to an end and we are tuk-tuking back to our hotel, our time in Agra is not over yet. If you want to see what else there is to do in Agra, check out the upcoming video or have a look at my India playlist with more helpful videos for you about travel in this beautiful country. If you found this video helpful in any way, please hit that like button so that others can find it as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.